Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening. We'll start the session now.
Sir, I'm going to ask one question. Is this demo class or normal class?
Demo class.
How many days are demo classes will be?
This is your first class,
No, this is my fourth class.
the
Fourth
fourth
day.
class.
Yeah.
Uh, Today, actually, demo class means only free session it is. So,
Okay.
classes will be start. Subject is going to explain. The same topic is not going to repeat it to you. Okay, maybe today or
Okay.
tomorrow is the free class. Then you have to register the batch.
Uh, I already paid for the fees
Hmm. Then
for the course.
then we'll start the subject only, right?
Okay. So we already discussed some of the topics, right? Will you continue? Will you continue those topics, or will you
Just
provide?
briefly, I will explain. Then we'll continue the next new topic.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Now, the first topic what we discussed, introduction to software testing. Very first concept is introduction to software testing. 10 minutes, Rama, I will explain it. Then we go for
Yeah,
the new
sure, sir.
topic. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Introduction to software testing. So here I explained about the what is software testing. When you talk about the software testing, it is a process used to identify correctness, completeness, and to measure quality of developed software. Software testing is a process used to identify correctness, completeness, and to measure quality of developed software. In other words, we can call why we are doing the software testing. Software testing performed to ensure client business requirements. Whatever business requirements are there, to ensure the client business requirements, we can go for the testing it is in developed software. Or in other words, we can call technically software testing is a combination of verification and validation. Software testing is a combination of verification and validation. Okay. So why we have to go for the software testing? Advantages of software testing. So first point, software testing. Software testing will help. Software testing will help to deliver reliable software to the customer. So right software we can deliver to the customer. Then it will help to reduce maintenance cost for a project. That means once we tested, we given the right software to the customer, where customer will going to face the less problems with our software. So while using software, there is no problems for the client means problem repair cost also reduces. The problem repair cost are nothing but where we are going to call maintenance cost. While using software, if client got any issues, To rectify those problems, whatever amount is going to spend, that expenditure we call as maintenance cost, that we can minimize. So that is the maintenance cost that we can reduce here by delivering the right software to the customer. Then whenever you deliver the right software, customer satisfies or not, whenever customer satisfies, it will help to stay in a business. So it will help to deliver bug-free software to the customer. So these are the advantages we have when you go for the software testing. Okay. Now, what is the difference among the error, defect, bug, and failure? How do you distinguish it is? First one, my error. So it is a human mistake. It is a human mistake. It is identified in programs or source code of the application. Code level, if the mistakes are identified, those we are going to call errors we are going to call. There can be syntax error, a logical error, like that. Okay, example. Logical error and syntax error. Right now, defect. So defect can also called as defect can also called as okay. Now defect. Defect can also called as an issue or incident or fault. So what is that meaning here? So it is a deviation between expected to actual results in AUT, application under test. Application under test. So let me show you one example here. See, there is a one online shopping application. It is the recent bugs which we got. Application referral bonus is 20% only. But how much it is displaying? 10%. So what the user is expecting here? So 20 rupees it has to show, but 10 rupees is showing it is. In one application it is. Now there is another defect here. application allowing only Gmail domain related mail IDs. But a client want that application should allow the any domain mail ID. So that bug is resolved in the Android and iOS, and it is completed and pushed into the live it is. Recently, the defect we identified, we resolved, developers are resolved it is, and it is in live application. In my company, one application I'm showing it is. Okay. So like this. So defect can also called as an issue or incident or fault. It is a deviation between expected to actual results in a application under test. Third one, a bug. So as a test engineer, your goal is to identify the defects. Your aim is to identify the defects. When those are resolved, then software quality improves. Okay. Now, who has to solve it is developers are the responsible to solve the defects. Now, as a test engineer, when you identify the defects, you are not responsible to solve the defects. Developers are the responsible. But your goal is to identify the defects. As a test engineer, your goal should be to identify the defects. Okay. Now, as a tester, when you identify it, then who has to solve the defects? Developers. So we are going to report to the developers. Whenever we report it to developers, whenever we identify the defects, then we are going to report to the developers. Developers will do the review on the defects. If the defect is accepted by the developers, then it is called bug it is. That means whenever defects are, whenever developers are accepted our defects which are reported, then those are called bugs. That means confirmed defects. Then fourth one, we have the failure. Failure, when we are going to say that whenever defects are reached to the end user, then it is called failure software. That means more number of defects will cause the system failure. So this is the first topic in our course. Just these are the first chapter, introduction to software testing, which I explained here. What is software testing? So it is a process. It is a process used to identify correctness, completeness, and to measure quality of developed software application. Right. So, or other words we can call software testing performed to ensure, so to ensure client business requirements. That means what are the transactions client want to do? To perform those transactions. To perform those transactions, we given a right application or not. So that is what we have to check this. Next. In other words, we can call software testing is a combination of verification and validation. Software testing is a combination of verification validation. Okay. So why we have to go for software testing? It will help to deliver reliable software to the customer. It will help to reduce maintenance cost for a project. It will help to stay in business. It will help to deliver bug-free software to the customer. So what is the difference among the error, defect, bug, and failure? Error means code level. If they identified any mistakes that we are going to call, so error we are going to call. Second one, defect. Defect. Defect can also called as an issue or incident or fault. So generally, it is a deviation between expected to actual results in it. What we are expecting, what is the actual behavior of the application based on that. Okay. Bug. Whenever developers are accept our defects which are reported, whenever developers accept defects which are accepted, that we are going to call bugs, confirmed defects. Then failure. If the more number of defects are reached to the end user, more number of defects are reached to the end user or client. The majority of the transactions are unable to perform in the application, then only it is called failure software. A human like that it is. Is it clear, everyone? Harish, Rama, Rashmita. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, some of the major activities in software company. So what are the major activities we have? So let us understand. First one is coding. What is the coding here? Write in the programs using either programming write in the programs using either programming or scripting languages in order to develop the software. Develop the software is called coding. So writing the programs using either programming or scripting languages in order to develop the software is called coding. So, what is the programming language? What are the programming languages? What are the scripting languages? Now, programming languages Java, .NET, C Sharp. These are the programming languages. Scripting languages like JavaScript, PHP, HTML, XML. These are the scripting languages. Now, programming languages are used to develop the whereas scripting language, parallel script, these are used to develop the web-based applications. These are used to develop the web-based applications. Okay. So now, in programming language like Java, C Sharp, these things are going to be used to develop the Windows-based or desktop-based applications. Scripting languages are used to develop the web-based applications. So who is the responsible for this? developers. Second one more testing. Once software developed, that will be given to separate testing team. Where who is going to involve the test engineers? Where test engineers will validate whole system, complete application, whole system based on client specifications. It's called a testing. Now, as I said that, as a test engineer, when we are going to the testing, what is your goal? To identify the defects. Once the defects are identified, what will you do? We have to intimate to the developers. That is called defect reporting. Means here notifying about the defects to developers is called defect reporting. It is performed by testing units. We are going to report to the client. Now, once you reported defects, directly developers are not going to solve the defects. What they do know, they have to go for the debugging. Debugging. What is that? Analyzing source code of the application in order to solve the defects. Analyzing source code application in order to identify root cause for a defect. Why this defect is raised? Where they did a mistake? The root cause analysis, nothing but we are going to call debugging. It is performed by developers. It is performed by developers. The root cause analysis. If suppose I given the task like a print, so output didn't came from the printer, then what we have to do? Why output is not came from the printer? We are going to analyze or not? So the root cause analysis, nothing but we are going to call debugging. We are going to call. Developers will do with this. Then bug fixing, modifying source code of the application in order to solve the defects. It's called bug fixing or bug resolving also we are going to call. Who will go and perform it is performed by test engineers. Developers are the responsible. You report. See, as a tester, two activities were testing, defect reporting. This only we are going to do. Presentation for the DB1. Now, some diagrammatically try to understand this. Sima in simple here, in software company, assume the Infosys, where there is a client HDFC. According to their business requirements, in the software company, where first they go for the code, developers will perform coding. Once the coding is completed, then they are going to release the initial build to separate testing team. So where test engineers are going to test application with the reference of the client requirements. So while testing, if they're satisfied, they can solve the defects. They can say that fix the defect. Otherwise, what they're going to do, they're going to say that yes, defect is resolved. If they may not, testers are not satisfied, again, they go report to the, see, as a testing engineer, once application you got, as per this requirements, business requirements are going to given to the test engineers, we go for the testing it is. So while doing testing, if we got any deviation between expected to the actual results, then we have to report to the developers the defect reporting. So why this defect is raised, root cause analysis done by the developers, that is called debugging. Then defects are resolved. Once the defects are resolved, the modified version will be given to the separate testing team. Okay, like this. So once you reported, developers are going to perform debugging, then the modified application given to the test engineers. Some more testings we are going to, once everything is fine, then only we are going to deliver the application to the client. Testing will place the very crucial point to deliver the right software to the customer. Coding, testing, defect reporting, debugging, bug fixing. Okay, now as a testing, what we do, we do testing is one important one. Then we go for the defect report. These two are the major activities which we are going to perform. Now, types of software testing. Types of software testing. So generally, the testing can be done in two ways. One is manually we can do, Other one is using the some automation tools. One is called manual test. Second is called automation testing. What is the meaning of manual testing? So without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with the application to verify without using any automation tool. Without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations is called manual testing. So manual testing, we are going to prepare the test cases. Those are used to validate the application. Sima, well, this is the application where I want to go for testing. Now, as a testing engineer, first we are going to derive the test cases and those are used to validate the application. There's the manual testing. Next one, automation testing. Manual testing without using any automation tool. Testing engineer directly interact with application to verify without using any automation tool. Test engineer directly interact with the application to verify actual behavior while performing the operations. This is what the manual testing. For manual testing, we prepare test cases. Plain English step by step where we are going to write. Automation testing. What is that automation testing? In simple, automating human activities in order to validate application is called automation testing. So different possibilities. They can do automation testing using programming languages. The possibility C# we can use to do the automation testing are using scripting languages. Parallel script we can use, or using any one of the third-party automation tool. But whenever you go for the automation testing, so we have to develop the automation tester script. For automation testing, we need to develop automation tester script. Automation tester scripts we have to develop. Okay, these are the types of software testing. Now, in present scenario, only on manual testing it is difficult to get a job. You should aware of the manual testing concepts as well as automation testing concepts also. Both are important for the testing point of view. So this is the first topic for us in software testing, introduction to software testing. Okay. So I will give them my WhatsApp number who are registered. Give your phone number, mail ID and mail ID with your name so that I can add you into the WhatsApp group for better communication purpose. Nine 9848761579. Okay. So that is the class for us today. Tomorrow continue session. Okay. 9848761579. My WhatsApp number. For registered, you can give the message to me. I will add you into the Chrome so that you can receive the mail IDs. So notes, recording sessions also you are going to get. Try to give your mail ID and the name, please. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow.